Are you 1? Are you 2? Are you 3? Are you 4? Are you 5? Are you 6?
Why are you punching me?
You're not 6? Are you 7?
My birthday's not till Saturday.
Oh, my bad, bro. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Cosmic Panel. Weekly polls for October 18th. Got some Halloween kind of releases this week, which is fun, getting in the Halloween spirit. And some stuff continuing as normal. So let's jump into it. Lucas, what is your first pick?
So my first pick is Kill Your Darlings #2. Read issue 1. Was really interesting. Honestly, I really enjoyed the art and the writing. Kind of has like a imaginary friend, but you learn that they're actually murdering real characters type of vibe to it. And it's interesting because now the daughter, the main character Rose, now finds herself without her mom. And because she quote unquote set fire to her house. So I'm sure that won't have repercussions and trauma for the rest of her character. So, yeah, definitely a good start for an indie series. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Cool. Very nice. I'm glad to hear that it was good.
What about you?
First up for me, I have Crypt of Shadows #1. This is going to be a fun Halloween special from Marvel. Luckily, it's just $4.99. It's not $9.99. But it's going to have stories by Al Ewing, Declan Shalvey, Steve Orlando, and more. So this will be fun, I'm sure. Hopefully we'll get some cool art in there as well. I don't think these are all the artists listed because there's only a couple on here. Looks like Man-Thing's going to be involved, so yeah, I'm curious to pick this one up.
Yeah, no, I'm always excited to see more Halloween-themed stuff with the MonsterVerse side of Marvel. So this will definitely be fun.
Yeah.
Honestly, also, I'm kind of surprised to see Deadpool on this cover. It feels like Spidey should have been there. I don't know. It just feels like the spot where he would normally occupy.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out why. Hopefully his story is...
his wife was Queen of the Monsters, so...
Yeah, exactly. What's next up for you?
Next up for me, I have Moon Knight #28. Last issue was amazing. I really enjoyed it. We got a huge callback to the second issue of the series, with entering into the mind of I always forget his character name, but it was
Richter?
No. Oh well, yes. We enter through the mind of Richter with the help of Holly, and super cool callback. I really enjoyed that. And it provided some really cool imagery that we didn't really get to see before. At least the first time we went into Moon Knight's mind. So seeing Hunter's Moon kind of like see Mark and meet all the personalities was really interesting. But on top of that, this issue now is going to be really going into Black Spectre and his final plot. This series is running out of issues, and I'm not going to lie, it's going to hurt to see it go at issue 30, but I'm very excited to see how it's going to end.
Yeah, I'm very curious to find out how they are going to wrap this up. Because it's a pretty big threat for Mark to deal with, and supposedly he's not going to survive the experience. I still think they should do what you pitched, which is break Khonshu out of Asgard so that the resurrection protocols aren't hindered. But yeah, very curious. And then there's a follow-up series, Vengeance of Moon Knight, that's coming out, which I'm very curious about as well. So
yeah, I guess Mark is really committing to not bringing down Khonshu. And I feel like probably Hunter's Moon's maybe going to do it by himself at this point.
Yeah, it's possible.
But yeah, what's next for you?
Next up for me is going to be Daredevil #2. I really enjoyed #1. I think it's a fun starting point. You definitely have to know a little bit about the previous series, but I'm just very curious to see where this series is going to go. Aaron Cooter, I really enjoy on Daredevil, so I'm always excited to get more Daredevil work from him. But more importantly, I'm very curious to see who this villain is that seemingly brought Matt back to life through this reincarnation. Um, my guess was that these are like the seven deadly sins. And then this first character that visited Matt is Sloth. Um, that's just my theory. I think that would be a cool way to go to sort of keep playing with Matt's faith
Yeah.
and create a new enemy for Matt to face. But still, it's kind of like a mystery that we have to unravel to see why he was brought back and who brought him back. So, yeah, I'm excited to see this series unfold.
Yeah, personally, I wasn't super happy with how quick they reverted Matt back. I understand that we did have a time skip, but it felt, I don't know, the series just ended recently, and now we're already like on to the next one, and Matt's already back in the Daredevil costume. He's back to his usual, and I don't know. I feel like it could have used like an issue more of just Matt kind of exploring who he is instead of him just now knowing who he is and everything about that.
That's fair. I think because it was a larger issue, they tried to cram a bunch of like character development for this version of Matt and his supporting characters. But they had to end the issue with him back as Daredevil. You know, they had to make it like a big final page reveal kind of thing. So I understand that's why they didn't do it, because they wanted to keep people's attention. I agree that they should have waited a little longer. But I think he's still figuring out who he is. I just think that he put on the suit and he was like, this feels natural. So I still think he's figuring it out a little bit. But yeah.
Yeah. Also, I was looking at the comments for this issue. Apparently, there's going to be a line-wide increase for comic costs, $5.
That's what they're saying, which, you know, Marvel can continue to damage themselves with that. But yeah, I guess we'll see how true that is.
Yeah, because it's still only 28 pages, so like a lot of people are like, really? Come on.
Well, here's the problem with a lot of books this month is they're doing a lot of backup stories for Hispanic Heritage Month. So usually the extra dollar add-on is for a bonus story. I don't think that's the case here, but there's a lot of titles this month that are bumped up $1 because they have a background story. This could be a similar situation, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're doing that. Once again, they're not doing voices for a lot of communities anymore. So there's no comunidades this year. They're just throwing in random backup stories to random books and tacking an extra $1 on, which I don't think is, you know, going to encourage people to pick those books up necessarily.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, what is next up for you?
Next up for me, we got Green Lantern War Journal #2. I love the first issue. It was so funny seeing Hal, I mean, not Hal, John basically tell off another Green Lantern being like, the other Green Lantern being like, you have to give your ring back. And he's like, fucking ring? What ring? I don't need a ring. And just like fucking around with the guy, just beating the shit out of him and being like, you leave, you don't come back. If I see you within like 50 million miles of my planet, I'm beating the shit out of you. And it was so satisfying to see that. Love the new threat of Revenant Queen. Very, very interesting. But yeah, no, John is there's a reason why he's a lot of people's favorite Green Lantern, and the reason why is because he is very, very much human in the way he acts. He is a military person, but he also has a family that he cares for. He has people that he needs to protect, a community that he needs to protect. And I feel like last issue really showed that really well. It really hurt when he basically faked to his mother that his sister was still alive. That was tough to read, but it was still like you could tell that he truly cares about his mother.
I'm reading too many books right now, so I didn't read the first issue, but maybe
I'm sorry,
will.
I didn't mean to spoil that.
No, it's okay. I'm just reading way too much right now. So I was gonna try and cut back because this is just a lot of number ones right now recently, especially from DC. But yeah, I'll I'll give it a skim.
I would recommend it. It's honestly probably better than the current Green Lantern book,
Okay.
at least from the first issue perspective. Like I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
I'll have to see how the second issue keeps up with that, but they don't nerf John. That's the thing that I love. I'm loving that they're not nerfing John at all.
Yeah.
He still has the God Storm, and they are making you aware that he still has it.
Right. I think it's a little odd that they started John's new story as backup in the main Green Lantern book. I sort of understand it. They testing the waters a little bit, but now, starting with issue 4, there's another backup story, and it seems like they're just like keeping it that way so they can tack on an extra $1 to the main Green Lantern book. So a little weird, but anyway.
Yeah. What's next for you?
Next up for me is going to be Incredible Hulk number 5. Unfortunately, it's still a fill-in artist. I was hoping that was just a one-issue thing, but it's not. But either way, this series has been a lot of fun so far, and really enjoying the dynamic between Bruce and the Hulk, and Bruce and Charlie, and Hulk and Charlie. So creates a very interesting chance for a lot of good dialogue. And yeah, Man-Thing has revealed to Hulk this basically this swamp that is luring people in and killing them. So
Yeah. Swamp Siren. I really like that name.
Yeah, nice. So excited to see this continue as always.
Yeah. Definitely sucks that it's still a backup artist. Also, I love how they changed the image now for the Hulk thing to just being Bruce with a backpack walking. It really does kind of set the tone for like this run.
Yeah.
It's just like Bruce just wandering around. But yeah, I'm excited. I mean, next issue we do have Nick Klein back. That is confirmed, and we have him drawing Ghost Rider. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that's definitely good. Yeah, I mean, seems pretty random who they're throwing these bonus stories on, but apparently there's a Power Man backup story in this book, so extra $1.
It's so random. Next up for me, I have Swan Songs number 4. The End of a Sentence. This one is going to be a parody on Mad Libs, called Sad Libs, and it is a character that is currently leaving prison. So I love that it's a double entendre where it's like end of a sentence as in the end of an actual prison sentence versus an actual like word sentence. But yeah, no, this will be an interesting format to say the least. Caitlin Yarsky is the artist on this one, and I actually don't know the work that they've previously been on. So this will be fairly new to me, but I'm really excited to see how it's going to go because so far Swan Songs hasn't missed.
Yeah, definitely. Seemingly endless format. Always excited to get another issue of this.
Yeah, hopefully they keep. I know that we recently talked to Martin Simmons, who said that it's apparently going to be a 7-issue.
I think he said 8.
Oh, did he say 8?
I think so.
Yeah, but oh no, 6-issue miniseries it says right here.
Okay.
But yeah, I really do think this series could keep going endlessly.
Yeah. Next up for me is Invincible Iron Man number 11. Issue 10 was perhaps the most plot-moving issue of Fall of X in recent weeks. Basically, Tony and Emma faked their marriage to lure Fei Long in. The marriage itself was kind of silly, like how it came to be, but it allowed for some probing into Fei Long's mind, which was very important. And yeah, we basically got to see the full recording that Howard left Tony concerning Mysterium and his travels into space. So that was really interesting. And yeah, just really moved along this side of the Fall of X plot. So pretty excited, and happy that the Iron Man book is so strong.
Yeah. It seems like when Iron Man is really part of the mainline universe, that's when he's most interesting. I do love Tony's like solo adventures, but him teaming up with other people always gives him someone to bounce off of. And Emma, I think, is really good in this case.
The good thing about it, like you said at one point, is that making Iron Man part of the conflict makes the Fall of X thing feel more universal and more impactful, when it's not just contained to their own, books in their own universe. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Like Cap and Iron Man are both involved heavily in this whole situation.
yeah, exactly. So been very strong. Excited to see what this next issue brings.
Yeah.
What is your final pick?
My final pick is Avengers Incorporated number 2. Loved the first issue. The first issue was probably everything I wanted in a starter issue. Genuinely so good. Cool mystery. We had Janet. We had an interesting new character by the name of what are they calling him? Victor
Stone.
Victor Stone, which is the alias for Vision. But he also has phasing powers too. But yeah, no, very, very interesting. He's reanimated the corpse of Whirlwind, which is a longtime villain of Janet Van Dyne. So a lot of cool setup, a lot of cool, interesting questions. And I'm really excited to see where it's going to go because, yeah, Ewing has a plan, and I can tell from the get-go that he's ready to make his mark.
Yeah, I enjoyed the little misdirection of this future Hank just scrapping his plan, whatever his plan was, that he had seemingly killed all these inmates, and now they're just back to normal, but they have holes in their heads.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Funny that he could just reverse that.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, all right, we're going to abandon this batch. But Janet's going to find out nonetheless. But yeah, very interesting book. Pretty refreshing.
If I had to take a guess, I would say it probably is something with Hank Ultron and like maybe him trying to, I don't know, either infect every villain with the Ultron virus so that he can use them all at once, like covertly, or Hank trying to future-proof everyone from a future Ultron escape where like Hank and Ultron escape, and this is like a future Hank that later down the line remorses. So those are my guesses so far, but I mean, we have so little info, so.
All right, so for my final pick for this week, I'm going to have to pick Batman Superman World's Finest number 20. Caught up on Batman Superman World's Finest, the first 12 issues that I hadn't read. And then I read all 4 issues of Kingdom Come. So I'm incredibly hyped for this. Mark Waid just consistently killing it on World's Finest, bringing in all sorts of cool villains. The Key, very threatening, making everything feel like high stakes, but at the same time it's a comfort book, so very impressive. And Kingdom Come was very strong. I won't say too much about it in case Lucas still wants to read it, but
yeah, I started reading the first issue last night.
Okay, cool.
But then fell asleep.
Gotcha. But yeah, I'm very curious to see where this is going to take place in the Kingdom Come timeline. The way that we come into the Kingdom Come universe is already interesting, like as far as time is concerned. But last we saw Boy Thunder, he seemingly had come into the Kingdom Come universe early on and met this person named Gog, who hopefully we'll get more background on to see how Thunder Boy transitioned from Boy Thunder to Magog. So yeah, very excited to see Mark Waid return to this universe, and I'm sure a lot of other people are. Yeah, just incredibly consistent series. Such a blast.
Yeah, no. It's really cool that that Thunderboy was like, I will find you and I will kill you, whether it takes me years. And then literally he does in Kingdom Come. But yeah, no, like I'm very excited to see where it's gonna go because yeah, Mark Waid, consistent writer. I know that whatever issue he releases, I'm definitely gonna read. So
Yeah, he's just one of my favorite writers right now. Honestly, he's just so consistent and seemingly has an endless supply of ideas.
yeah, seriously, like even the one shot issues are like weird ideas that like I genuinely wouldn't have thought of. Because they're just so random, like fucking monkeys on bowling balls during the date of Supergirl and Robin. Like, what the fuck?
Yep. So yeah, these have been our top 5 pulls for this week. Make sure to comment below what you guys are excited to read and pick up this week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, support your local comic shop, and read comics.